I would like to show you Off2Class, because does anyone know Off2Class apart from Marina?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Do you know this program called Off2Class?
No, we don't know.
Yes, I used it.
Uh-huh. All right. What do you think?
Oh, great, but it was free only like for a certain time, as I remember, just
30
per
days.
month.
30 days. Yeah. Off2Class is an ESL lesson plan library. And it has got me out of some really sticky situations sometimes when you just can't think of what you want to teach them. You can't remember, or you don't, you haven't planned, one of those things. But it's brilliant. It's not only, it's like, it also has like a learning management system in it, so you can have your students enrolled on it. It depends on how many students you want, how much you have to pay for the monthly subscription. With enrolling a student, there are two things you can do. You can not enroll a student and just use the actual lessons, or you can enroll them, and by enrolling them, you can also give them homework, which they do online. Everyone likes doing things online now, so they can do it online. They, as soon as they click the button to send, it gets sent back to you. You check it, you review it, and you send it back, and they can see all their lovely mistakes. They have everything from listening, speaking, reading, IELTS, business, the basics, vocabulary, all the wonderful grammar things that we hate grammar. We don't know, sometimes we just can't explain it. The team, they're in Canada. One of the head guys, James, is Australian, comes from Sydney, where I come from. And they have worked really, really hard on this to be able to produce it. So I would like to show you, for example, one very simple one. I mean, I'll just do this one. What you do is you actually launch the lesson and just say, I'm browsing. Now, this is good, for example, if I was doing a lesson on Zoom, okay? Now, on the left-hand side is the teacher's notes. Now, I don't want my student to see the teacher's notes because I'm sharing my screen. So what I do is I click this button up here. My teacher's notes get thrown off here, so they can't see it. If I was sharing a window, that's the main thing. So what you do is you go along. Most of them are picture-based, and they get the student talking. What's your favorite pet? Can you name any pets that live in the desert, etc., etc. They also have, like, you can annotate. Of course, the annotation is the big thing these days. You can annotate, you can type, like to type on it, right? Double click and drag it. You can type on it if it types. Yes, you can type on it. Hang on, I'm just using my mouse. There it is. You can type on it. And the other good thing that they've actually come up with is you can click on any word. Hang on, not there. Let me go to my, where they have like word fills, okay? So what you can do, you can click on it, it goes blue, you right click on it, and you can enable editing. So you can write at your end, they can see it, of course, right? Breeds, and if you wanted to, you can, you can translate it into, well, into Bulgarian, for example. It will open up a translator and it'll tell you, right? Which is pretty cool. They've got that in there. You go back. The other thing is they also have a canvas, which I was squiddling around with this one last night. Canvas, you can add a YouTube video if you know the link. You can, I'm going to shoot my dog. You can write, you can type, you can use your, Lucy, oh God, sorry guys. I should have thrown her out beforehand. Okay, you can close the canvas. You can see the homework. This is the homework that they will be sent. You can see the homework. Now, if you want it also, they can view the summary on the homework so they can remember the lesson. It's all here. And let's see, close off the homework, go back to the classroom. When you're finished with it, you click on this and you can close it. If I wanted my student to have the homework, and they can actually follow this lesson, not by looking at my screen, by looking at their screen. It works on mobiles, it works on tablets, and it works obviously on laptops and desktops. You can enroll your student. You have a student list here, for example, and if I was to go to Andrew, I would enroll Andrew, and Andrew would see this on his computer without sharing my screen at all. And as I'm going along, he will see the pages turning on his device. Okay?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. That's what we need with kids especially.
Now, I talked to them, and they said they would offer a very good discount to anyone who's interested. If you're interested, let me know, and I will get you in connection. Marina, he also said that he would be able to do something really good as a school.
Okay. And what do you think about the quality of these materials?
Very good. Very good. Very good. For example, give me the worst grammar structure you can think of teaching.
Oh, well, for Russian-speaking students, something with perfect, any perfect, like future perfect continuous.
Okay, future perfect continuous. You type it in, it brings it up. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the future perfect continuous. I will have been sleeping for 7 hours. Now, as a native speaker, I must confess that we probably never use this anyway. But we have to teach it. Now, I will also confess again that going through the Australian education system, we do not get taught any grammar whatsoever. Okay? What I did in English was read poems, study Shakespeare, blah, 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 right? And after, when I decided to become a teacher, an ESL teacher, I had to go back to the books and say, oh my goodness, well, there's grammar. Yes, there is grammar, right? So, for example, they start off with something like this. So what can you say about Nabil at 5:30? What did he do? All right.
We'll have
yeah.
Okay.
The teacher's notes are the ones that get you out of the hot, boiling water.
Okay.
I'm serious. It's brilliant, right?
Yeah.
So what can you say about Amy? And they're sitting there going, oh God, I don't know what's Amy doing. What's going on? Amy will have been flying for 2 hours. And it makes you look really, really good. Trust me. Okay? It makes you look super. And then, right, it goes on and it illicitly expresses and explains how it's made up, what you've got to do, right? And the future perfect simple, subject plus will plus have plus verb 3. They use verb 3, okay? It's really...
And what's the practice for them?
Sorry?
That is a kind of theory with a bit of practice. And any active exercises also at this lesson, are there?
Yes, of course there is. Wait.
Cool, I like it, this material program. That's interesting.
Yeah, hang on. Here we go. These exercises, for example, I think the next one's further down.
The classical ones, right, good.
Yeah, go back. All right, so practice the future perfect. We know the answers, right? We know the answers.
Okay.
We let them try and figure it out. Yes.
Any audio, video files?
Video files, no. But listening, oops, get out of that. Listening activities, sure. From hello and goodbye all the way to would like and polite request office. All these, they have listening activities in it. Okay.
Okay, so they have listening, reading, speaking, grammar. What else? IELTS, right?
IELTS, yes.
Professional business.
Yeah.
Vocabulary.
Business is really good. Business is good.
Yes.
This is good, the business one. Yep. Idioms, vocab. phrasal verbs, you know. Yes.
Yeah, I've got a question. And if you, for example, started teaching this lesson, future perfect continuous, so you go through all the steps there, through all the slides and practice it. Afterwards, is it linked or combined somehow with, as Marina has asked, with audio files? Is there the audio file for future perfect continuous or video?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. They work on a good point. I will ask them, but they are working on a lot of things. The IELTS reading is coming. The writing is up. The writing is really good, and the speaking and the listening on IELTS. And it's also been perfected because James, the co-founder, he actually sat for the IELTS back in Sydney on one of his holidays, so he knows exactly what it's like to be grilled. And he said it was not easy. So he's used his own experience to give really, really good tips about this. And the best thing, when you have a prospective student, you can assign a test, a placement test. So what you do, right, you add a student or to an existing student, a prospective student, but by doing that you enroll them in. So what it is, it's 100 questions, 100 multiple choice questions, and it will give you their learning gap to see what they are and what level they're on based on the CEF. Yeah, right, you know, the European system, and it will bring out exactly what they are. Also, it will tell you when you get to their learning plan, it will tell you which ones they really didn't do very well in. So you can either use this as an idea for their learning plan, okay? Or if for example, they really did a lot of bloopers, yeah, extremely helpful. And this is another way of actually getting a student, okay? Getting them on board, because it shows them that you're organized and you're professional. And you can view an example question, for example. Here we go. So which plural noun? Okay. Yeah.
Tina, I have a question. So it's not necessary to enroll every student.
No.
I just want to understand the budget, because if we enroll every our student, it will be just something impossible.
I know. And this is what I talked to him about. And he said, well, you know, with schools, they can organize something. But if, for example, I have a student base of my own, all right. Now, I don't have all of my students on Off2Class as students that I can send homework to and stuff like that. Some of the students, I just share my screen, which is fine. They can see the lesson. Perfect. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
all right. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And student management, I'll just show you student management so you can see. We have a little fingers here. These are the lessons that my student Paula has actually done, right? So I can see here preview homework. This particular homework is on conditionals, true, present, and future. This is the homework that she will actually see, or that she got. This is the one that she's got to do by tomorrow, which she hasn't done yet. And when she has done it, I get a little, this is my review. I've actually reviewed this one. This is something good too. When they send you the homework, on the left-hand side are the answers, right? And on the right-hand side are the students' answers. Okay? So, and you can tick and mark it and put a note. For example, it's, right, I heard, she wrote here, I told her what the answer was. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, and here they all are. It's really good. It's all here. It's all online. You don't have to look for files on your computer. I'm always losing stuff. Okay, and there it is. That's the homework. Right. And her learning plan, for example, is, now I took her from an A2 to a C1 in 1 year. She was very good because she really studied hard. And this is her learning plan originally from when she did her placement test. Okay. So it's all in here. It's all online. And you can also log in as your student on here. And here's her homework, right? No due date. This is her homework to do. And the good thing is, I forgot to tell you, the other good thing, I can go back as my student, just a second, back to log in, go back to my account, is that you can choose the user interface in languages, and they do have Russian. Okay, and they do have Russian, and I will, just a second, I think Liz is in Russian because she's in Russia. Student info. Oh no, Russian. Here we go. Select your students. Here it is. See? All these different English right through. I did the Greek translation for them. That was fun. All right. I don't even know if I got it right, but anyway. And Russian, Portuguese, everything. Turkish. Okay. Yep. So you can, the interface, only the interface will be in their own language. So for a lower speaking like an A1 or A2 level, it's really good to use. Okay. So any other questions?
Well, I think, ladies, now we are going to use one of the systems for our speaking clubs and grammar freaks, and I'm waiting for feedback, like which of these systems you prefer. Yeah, I still have something like here. Someone's turning pages. Well, but the great thing that you can mute and unmute yourself, so it's very comfortable. Or, and can I mute or unmute if one of the users, one of my students?
Where? Or, on Zoom?
Yeah, on Zoom.
Yeah, I think you can. I think yes, mute. Okay, Anastasia, start speaking. Start speaking and don't stop. Anastasia, speak.
You mean me?
Yeah, keep going. Just keep speaking. Blah, 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 blah. Keep going.
Blah, 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 blah.
Can you hear? Yeah. I can't hear you. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and you can blah, blah, blah. And I can also, I can make, okay, for example, look, Marina, I can.
Yeah, I'm here.
Mute your audio. I can take your video off. Hello, you're gone.
Yeah. How do you do it?
The host has asked you to start your video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it back on again. How do you do it? You just click on
Thank you.
You just click, left click on your mouse. And also, I can make you, or whoever you want, host. I can make you a host, right? And I can also remove you if you shouldn't be in the class. Right, I can get rid of you, and I can rename you, and I can spotlight your video. There's Marina in big time. Are you big time now? Yeah, there she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Spotlight. All right.
And users can share their screens as well, right? So
yes, thank you.
My screen. Yeah.
Yep. There you are. Great. Yeah. Okay. You can share your screen.
Sharing.
Right.
Yeah, great.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you very much. That was very useful.
You're welcome. I hope it was interesting for you. So if you got
that's amazing.
If you got any questions about anything, right, about teaching techniques and all this other stuff that we've talked about, let Marina know and she'll connect you with me. Okay, because I'm with you guys now. So whatever you like, let me know. And Marina, we can talk whenever you need to. Great.
Okay.
And
thank you, Rick. Thank you, Tina. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Okay. Thank you, girls. Bye.